Hey all, welcome back. This is in continuation of my previous clip on how to solve the edge centers and make the 5 by 5 into 3 by 3. So as I explained you, we have the yellow where I made the yellow cross. Now I'm targeting to make a white cross, which is actually the edge centers within the 5 by 5. So as you see, the center has white and there is one on the top. Since there is nothing here, you can just move it. But what happens is you are already distorting this. So what you need to do is you should follow the same convention as what we were doing before. Do an L and then either do an F because it is now secured. This is now unsolved. This is okay. And then do a L prime. So what you have done is you have restored the a yellow cross and you have also gotten the first edge. Now look at the second edges. So there is one edge here. We'll follow the same convention. This is your pivot. Actually there are two pivots here, right? So this is your first pivot. Let's assume focus on this, not this. For the moment you ignore this. This is your pivot and this is your buffer. So how do you do that? You do the same thing, L, and since you already have this secured, you need to move it to the right, F, and then L prime. So now you have secured these two, and in the course you are not disturbed the green, the yellow cross. It's in the same position. Now you have got sort of a 9 o'clock, right? This is your 9 o'clock that we call. Now look at this space. It's again on the top, but it is not in the buffer position. So it is in the pivot position. This is now in the pivot. This is where you are going to propel it from, and this is a buffer. Now for you to get this buffer, as I said, you can do this or this, either of them in the buffer position, but your movement will be dependent on where you want to. So in this case, you are taking this to do a L prime. So L. If you do an L, you will move it right because you already have the secure here. So you do an F and then L prime. Now you will see that you got 3 of the edge centers and your yellow cross is intact. Now we are left with one more center. So let's see where it is. It is already here. So you move it like this. So you move the center. For the moment, ignore the center corners, right? You are focusing on this piece, which is your edge center, and this is actually your pivot position. The buffer is free, so you can use any of the buffers. Just keep in mind that this is your unsolved, which is on the top. So wherever you move it, it will be in the F prime. Okay. So now I have kept this position. So do an L, and then do a F prime, and then L prime. So now you have actually secured the white cross and you have also retained the yellow cross. So you have solved two of the sides with the center cross alone, not the corners. Okay, so the corners of the center will come later. So right now we are targeting to get crosses within the centers. So you solve. The next will be your green. I mean, there is no hard and fast rule. You can choose any of this, but keep in mind your centers, we normally start with orange, right? Orange, and the left hand side, if you put it this way, the orange, the left hand side will be green, the right hand side will be blue, back side will be red. So we'll start with orange. Again, look at the places where you have orange. You have two of the positions, two of the edge centers here. So I'm going to follow the same convention. So I'm not going to explain things. I'll just keep doing it. You can look at it, and if you really have some queries, you can let me know. It has moved to the buffer, to the pivot position, and your buffer is ready. Move an L, F, L prime. Now you have this here. Move this here. L, F, L prime. So you got these. Now look at the next one. So these are the two. Okay, so now look at it, move it to the buffer. Now you have got this. So again, this is the pivot and this is your buffer. Now L, since you make this because you don't want to disturb this, right? So move. So you see that you have got the third one. Now we are left with 4. We need one more piece. Where is it? It's here. It's 2 way away from here to here. So what you do, you move it closer to this, and we don't want to disturb this, right? So we can use this. So move it here by doing it to and then bringing it back, so that way you are not disturbed the, right? So you are now got a buffer and you look at the top. So this is actually where you are, and your let me see where, yeah, it is here. So you see that this is your pivot and this is your buffer. Move an L. Since this is the only unsolved, you can have prime and then move it up. So now you got your cross. So you got the orange cross, you got the yellow cross and the white cross. And I'll take a small break, but the next would be to solve the green cross and red cross and the blue cross. Once you solve this, you have got all the center edge centers solved. Then we will go into the edge, the center corners. Okay, so till then, such a small break. Bye.